The correct answer to problem 1 is 1/3, or F. Okay, to solve problem 1, we had to read that Braden had 2/3 of a bag, but gave half of this candy to his friends. And you needed to answer with how much did he have left over. Your clue here was the word of followed by the fraction, which is a clue for us to multiply our fractions together. So half times 2/3, okay? If you remember fractions, you multiply straight across. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And of course we have to reduce. We can divide these by 2. 1/3. So the correct answer was F. Problem 2. Problem 2, the correct answer is B. It tells you that 7/10, again, the word of, 7/10 of the human body is made up of water. How many pounds of water are in a person who weighs 120 pounds? Because you have the word of followed by a fraction, again, we're going to multiply our values together. Because this is a whole value, I'm going to put it over 1. So it's going to equal 840 over 10. And of course, to simplify this, we can divide by 10. And it gives you 84 over 1, which equals 84. B. Problem 3. Answer to problem 3. Problem 3 is 3 1/3. All right, it tells you that this is 1 3/4 times larger, so I'm multiplying my fractions together. Well, we can't multiply with mixed values, so I'm going to popcorn them. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Popcorn. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And of course, we multiply straight across. 8 times 5 is 40. 3 times 4 is 12. And then I'm going to divide. To simplify, take 40 by 12. Goes in 3 times, which is 36. And you have 4 left over. So that comes up here and it's 4/12. And we can reduce it by dividing by 4. Is 3 1/3. 3 1/3. Problem 4. The answer to problem 4 is 2/3 of an hour. All right, because it says each tree, then I know that's for one tree, so I will be dividing. So it is 7 1/3 hour divided by 11 trees. So I'm going to popcorn this because I cannot use a mixed value. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. Remember, you cannot divide this amount, so we are actually, since we could actually write this 11 over 1, so I'm going to change my division to multiplication. And since this is 11 over 1, all right, I'm going to change it to 1 over 11. This is the reciprocal. All right, multiply straight across. 22 times 1, 3 times 11, and divide this by 11. Equals 2/3 of an hour for each tree. Problem 5. wanted you to find your total time. The correct answer was H. All right, so to find my total time, okay, I'm going to add my fractions together. So I have 1/4 and 1 1/2 and 3/4. I'm going to add these first. Since I could get easy common denominators here, I could convert this to fourths by multiplying by 2. And then I'm going to add my numerators. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6/4. And then I have your 1 whole, okay? Obviously, you want to simplify this, so I'm going to divide 6 into 4. Goes in once. And you have 2/4 left over. So 1 plus 1 is 2 and 2/4. Okay, or you could reduce this to 1/2. Then you're going to have to add this. Since this is in the tens place, okay, I can add this to 1 and 3/10, or I could just change this one to a decimal. So since this is 2 and 2/4 or 2 and 1/2, I know that half is 0.50, so I'm going to take 2.5 and I'm going to add it to 1.3. Put your zero filler. 3.80. Problem 6. The answer to problem 6. 6 is 15 and 7/8. Okay, so you are going to shorten your board by 1 and 7/8. So I'm going to take 17 and 3/4 and shorten it or subtract it by 1 and 7/8. I'm going to convert this to eighths, which is 6. I can't do 6 minus 7, so I'm going to have to borrow and make this a 16. And then I'm going to add my 1 whole, which is 8/8. That goes to 14/8. Now I can actually subtract it. 14 minus 7 is 7/8. 16 minus 1 is 15. The answer to problem 7 is D. Okay? So D is the correct answer because you see half of it shaded. So your first fraction is half. There is half shaded. Then going horizontally, you should see 1/4 shaded. So there's 1 out of 2, 3, 4. Now to check my answer, I will multiply them together. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. That means I should count 8 total squares, and one of them should be double shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's 1 here is the double shaded. So that leaves us with D as our answer for problem 7.